Hey there, we're heading to the state of hockey to visit the Xcel Energy Center. Let's go. Hey there everyone, welcome back. I'm your host Jeff Nash, and on this episode we're heading to the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Wild. Construction of Xcel Energy Center began on June 3rd, 1998 and opened on September 29th, 2000 at a cost of $170 million and is owned by the city of St. Paul. Its seating capacity is 17,954 and its scoreboard measures 37.5 by 18.9 feet. Secondary market ticket pricing ranks them 12th in the league at $158. In 1999, a 25-year naming rights deal with Xcel Energy was struck for $75 million, or roughly $3 million a season. Xcel Energy Center is an excellent rink. It's situated right downtown St. Paul. It's right next door to a lot of hotels, restaurants, and bars, and it's actually connected right to the city's convention center. Now there's jerseys from every single minor hockey or high school team in Minnesota hanging in various areas around the main concourse to really give it a state of hockey feel. Surrounding the arena at all four corners are dubbed crow's nests. What's interesting is in one of these nests is the Rinks organ, which is actually built into the shell of his old Zamboni. And in another nest is a lighthouse that actually houses the foghorn, which goes off every time the Wild is introduced, score a goal, or wins a game. And the third nest is used for the Let's Play Hockey announcement before puck drop every game. Minnesota is also known as the state of 10,000 lakes, and they did something really cool as part of their This Is Our Ice campaign a few years ago. Launched in the fall of 2017, the Wild organization gave fans the opportunity to bring a bottle of water from lakes, ponds in their own community and pour it onto the ice surface to help build the ice sheet for the season. This is a really cool idea and totally merges the fan base of the entire state to the Xcel Energy Center. Some 2,200 fans took part in this very cool event, and in fact, fans were also encouraged to bring 3 ounces of water from their favorite body of water, which would be then used in the Zamboni during the second period. And that cool idea is just the start of the branding in the Xcel Energy Center. In fact, I'll go on record to say that Xcel Energy Center is the best rink in the NHL when it comes to branding and theme throughout the whole rink. And the branding starts with the representation of the entire state of Minnesota with all those hockey jerseys, and it continues on to the main concourse and other aspects of the rink. All the food and bev and merchandise stores have a log cabin outdoor pursuits facade to them. Walking the main concourse, you see lots of this all around. And that theme carries on to the scoreboard, which I think is one of the best scoreboards in the league, and that's not because of the resolution or the size of the board, but because it's just plain different and it's unique to the league. The actual scoreboard only occupies a portion of the actual structure. It has a wood pine feel to it and little pine trees off in the corners. I think it's a really cool scoreboard. And I think all of that tying into the theme of the state is very underrated. I think it's well thought out of and well executed. And you know what? I think it pays off. Generally speaking, you got a great product on the ice in terms of team performance. You've got a well executed brand, and you got a fan base that just eats up hockey. The end product is you have a loud, raucous Xcel Energy Center that's jam-packed virtually every home game. I especially love walking the concourse and seeing the displays that each rink has. I especially love this tribute to Sergei Zoltok, a former Minnesota Wild and former Oiler. In Europe in 2004, Zoltok left the game with only 5 minutes remaining and later died as a result of heart failure. And it's nice that the Wild paid tribute to him. Now, is there anything I don't like about the rink? Not really. It's a fantastic rink and a great hockey market. You can't go wrong with that. Minnesota has a rich hockey history, and I think it shows with the Xcel Energy Center. Well, thanks for joining me. That does it for the Xcel Energy Center. On the next episode of Rinks Around the League, we're off to the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, home of the Montreal Canadiens. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _theRinks, on Facebook at The Rinks, and on YouTube at Rinks Around the League. Hit subscribe and ring that bell. If you're ever going to the Xcel Energy Center, you gotta go to Mickey's Diner. Obviously with ties to the Mighty Duck film, it's a classic American diner. It's in an old rail car. I think it was voted one of the top 10 diners in America. And we would go every time we would go to Minnesota. And it's pretty awesome. Just the diner itself, it's small, there's no real frills about it. It's got a lot of character to it. And it's just kind of cool that it's tied in with the Mighty Duck movie And it's actually right down the street from Xcel Energy Center. So if you get a chance to go, people should go for sure.